Hello everyone, in this video we will be solving some percentages problems, but this time it's going to be word problems instead of just trying to calculate um, percentages of a number or something like that. So let's read our first problem. Out of a group of 500 people, 150 of them are in school. What percentage of the group is in school? So now we're trying to identify which of these three cases I have by basically trying to figure out what am I looking for? What do I know? What do I not know? I must know two things and then be looking for the third. So I can either know the percentage and the part and be looking for the total, or the total and the percentage and be looking for the part, or the total and the part and looking for the percentage. So which of these three cases am I in in this problem? So as we've said before, just the words what percentage should immediately point to this kind of problem where we're looking for the percentage. If it's asking what the percentage is, that means I don't know the percentage. So I do know the total and the part, but which of these numbers is the total and which of these numbers is the part? 500 the total and 150 the part, or vice versa? So let's try to think about this problem, okay? It says out of a group of 500 people. That means that the entire group, the whole group, is 500 people. And it says 150 of them are in school. So that's a part of the group. It's not the whole group. This basically means that the part is 150 and the total is 500. So since we're here, we're looking for the percentage. What does it say we should do? We should take the part over the total and times it by 100. So that would mean I have to do 150 over 500. Let's put a line here. And yeah, I'm going to be writing it. I need to multiply by 100. If you do 150 divided by 500, you could do this first and then whatever you find times it by 100. Or you can do 150 times 100 and then divide by 500. We'll do that. 150 times 100 would give me 15,000. Over 500. Cross out these zeros here. And what we get is 150 divided by 5. This makes 30. So 30% of the group is in school. Next problem. It says, a company made 20,000 euros in the past month. They decided to donate 2% to charity. 2% of the 20,000 that they made. How much money will they give the charity? So, we know that the company made 20,000 euros, and they're going to give 2% of that to a charity. What that means is that from the 20,000 euros, they're going to take a part and give it to charity. So what you can understand from this is that we're looking for the part. The total is the 20,000, of course, and the percentage is right here, the 2%. So since we're looking for the part, what does it say we should do here? We should take the percentage over 100 times the total. So 2 over 100 times the total, so times 20,000. That would make 40,000. 2 times 20,000 makes 40,000. Over 100. Cross out these zeros. What you get is 400. So they're going to give 400 euros to the charity. Next up, I heard that an orange has 6 grams of sugar in it, meaning it has 3% sugar. What is the total mass of an orange? Okay, this might seem a little difficult because you're not exactly sure what it's asking of you. But you can see here right away that it has 3%, meaning you know the percentage, and it says what is the total mass, which should indicate that we're looking for the total. So we're in this case. We have the part, we have the percentage, we're looking for the total. Let's try and understand what this problem is saying. It says that an orange has 6 grams of sugar in it, meaning it has 3% sugar. What that means is that 3% of the orange is sugar. Okay? What is 3% of the orange? 6 grams. So knowing how much a part of it is and what percentage of the total that part is, I can find the total by doing this. Part over the percentage times 100. So the part here is 6. That's the part of the orange that's sugar. Over 3, that's the percentage, times 100. Here, if you want to simplify this 6/3 right away into 2, and then say 2 times 100, you could do that. That's just fine. You could do this just fine. But for the sake of keeping this the same way that we've been doing it up until now, we're going to do 6 times 100, making 600 over 3. 600 over 3 makes 200. Which is the same thing that I would have gotten if I did 6/3 into 2 times 100 makes 200. If you missed this part, I did 600 divided by 3 makes 200. Okay, now I'm going to delete all of this. Then we are going to erase these problems and this as well. And then we're going to put in some new problems. Okay, here we go. Now these problems are they're a little different. Okay, so they need us to sort of think about this more in depth and try and understand what the problem is saying. They have a sort of extra step to put it that way. We're going to read about them and we're going to solve them together. Okay. Let's see. The first one says, I bought a pair of pants that cost 60 euros at 20% discount. How much money did I not pay? What this is saying basically, when I say that I buy something at a discount, that means that I'm not paying a certain percentage. You've seen this many times at stores where you go to a store and it says 30% discount, minus 30% discount, something like that. What that means is that if you were to normally pay 100 euros for something, you would not pay 30% of that, meaning you would not pay 30 euros. You'd pay 70. That's what a discount, that's what sales are. You don't pay a certain percentage. But here it doesn't cost 100 euros. The pair of pants that we bought cost 60. And we buy them at 20% discount. What that means is that I am not paying 20% of 60. So what this problem is basically asking is, When it's asking how much did I not pay, it's saying what's 20% of 60, which is basically this kind of problem where I'm looking, since I said what's 20% of 60, 60 is the total. 60 is how much the pants would have initially cost without the percentage. And 20% is what we know. That's the discount. And we're looking for how much we did not pay. So 20% of 60. So we do 20 over 100 times the total. So 20 over 100 times the total being 60. 60 times 20 makes 1,200. Oh, well, that's, what is that? A smile. Over 100. And we cross out the zeros. What we're left with is 12. So my answer should be, I did not pay 12 euros. That's 20% of 60. That's how much I am not paying. Now, if the problem asked you, how much did I pay? Well, you could go about this two ways. You could do what we just did and find out how much you did not pay and then subtract it from the total. So you'd have to do 60 take away 12 makes 48. And say I paid 48 euros. Or you can say, well, since I didn't pay 20%, 100 take away 20 means I did pay 80%. And you could find 80% of 60, which again would be 48. So let's see the next kind of problem. It says, I bought a jacket that normally costs 40 euros at a 10% discount. How much money did I pay for the jacket? So this is the kind of problem we just talked about. It's asking me how much money did I pay for the jacket. There are two ways to solve this, as we just said. I can either find 10% of 40 and then subtract it from 40, or I can say, well, since it's 10% discount, that means I didn't pay 10%, meaning how much did I pay? 100 take away 10 makes 90, so I paid 90% of the jacket. And then I could go and find 90% of the 40. So let's say I want to find 90% of 40. Since I'm looking for a percentage, we have to do part over total. Sorry, no, we're not looking for a percentage. We know 90% of 40. We're here. No, sorry, here. We know we have 90% and we know the total, which is 40, and we want to find how much that is. So I would say 90%, 90 over 100. See, percentages can be confusing, even for grown-ups. 90 over 100 times 40. 90 times 40 would make 3,600. Over 100. Crossing out the zeros, I get 36, which means I paid 36 euros. Now I'm going to take green and we're going to solve that the second way, which is let's find 10% of 40 and subtract it from 40. So what's 10% of 40? That looks kind of bluish. No, it looks green, just in the light. 10 out of 100 of 40. 10 times 40 makes 400 over 100, which makes 4. That 4 that I just found is how much I will not be paying. Out of the 40 euros, I will not be paying for. I avoided that. Why? Because of the discount. That's what the discount is. I won't be paying 10%. That's 4 euros that I get to keep because it's on a discount. Okay, so how much did I pay? I pay out of the 40. I did not pay 4. So 40 take away 4 makes 36. Like we found before. We found the exact same thing, just through a different step, basically. Let's move on to problem 6. Problem 6 says, I bought a shirt for 25 euros. It was on 25% discount. How much would it have cost without the discount? Now, careful, what this means in the beginning is that I paid 15 euros. That's part of the price. That's the part of the price that I did pay, which means I did not pay 25% of the total price. So I don't know the total. All I know is that the part that I paid was 15 and that the part that I did not pay was 25%. So I need to take an extra step here before I start solving, trying to look for the total. And the extra step I need to take is to think, okay, what percentage did I pay? Since I did not pay 25% of the total, what percentage of the total did I pay? Because that is what 15 euros is. 15 euros is not 25% of the total. 15 euros is the part that I did pay. In this case, if we want to compare this to this, 36 is what I did pay. That's 90% of the 40. It's not the 10% of the 40. It's not what I didn't pay. That's the 4. And that's the same thing here. 15 is what I did pay. So how much did I pay? If I didn't pay 25, that means that out of the 100%, I didn't pay 25. That means that what I did pay is 75. I paid 75%. That means that the 15 euros is 75% of the whole. Knowing that, I can find the total. How? By saying part over percentage times 100. What's the part? That's 15 over the percentage, 75, times the total, times 100, sorry. Now, if I were to do 15 over 75 vertically, actually, no, let's do it the same way we've been doing it. 15 times 100 would give me 1,500 over 75. 1,500 over 75 would give me 20. If you were to do this division quickly, you would have gotten 0.2 times 100 would still give you 20. It doesn't really matter what order you want to do these. Since they're multiplication, it's the same thing. So my result is that without the discount, I would have paid 20 euros. That's the full price of the shirt. Okay, that will be all for today. I'll see you guys again on Friday when we'll be doing your worksheets together. Have a good day.